Welcome to the Transum Podcast, a monthly roundup of the new features on the transum.org website, providing mathematical puzzles, games, learning activities, and the ever-popular mathematics lesson starter of the day. Here's your host, John Tranter.
It's hot outside. I've just returned from my swim in the outdoor pool, and this is the June 2015 Transum Podcast, bringing you the latest news from Transum Mathematics. So let's start off straight away with the puzzle for this month. It's about a game in which a coin is tossed repeatedly. If it comes up heads, Pascal gets a point, but if it comes up tails, Fermat wins a point. The first person to win 3 points is the winner and receives the prize of £12. Unfortunately, the game had to end abruptly after 3 tosses of the coin. Pascal had 2 points and Fermat had 1. They decided to share the £12 in the ratio that matched the probability of them winning the game, if it had continued. How should they divide the £12? Okay, that should give you something to mull over as you go about your activities today. It is worth noting, however, that if you think the answer is £8 and £4, you may have some more thinking to do. The answer will be at the end of this podcast, but if you don't want to hear it, stop listening now. Anyway, before that, let's have a little update on what's new on the Transum website this last month. Hundreds of virtual Transum trophies are earned every day by pupils around the world for completing all sorts of Transum online activities. The trophies are collected in their own virtual trophy cabinet online, which the pupils can proudly show to their teachers or parents or friends. Now, for those of you that are subscribers, you can, if you didn't know, award teacher trophies to the pupils in your classes for all sorts of achievements. You could issue a trophy for good effort, taking part in a group project, or any reason you see fit. Each pupil can receive a maximum of 1 Transum teacher trophy each day, and the button linking to the trophy awarding page is on your main account when you log in your My Account page.
You are listening to the Transum Podcast.
Okay, so as usual, there have been a number of additions to the website this last month, and here are some of the ones worth mentioning. For those of you involved with teaching formal written methods to pupils, there are some examples of standard ways to set out the calculations, along with the buttons linking to online exercises, providing some practice. You can find the link to that in the newsletter for this month on the website, or just go to the topics page, look up arithmetic, and you'll see on the right hand side in the right column under activities a link to formal written methods. 5 related activities are provided to support your teaching of correlation. The starting point for the younger children would be cartoon scattergraph, which is a very visual way to convey the concept of the scatter graph. Pupils have to place cartoon characters on a set of axes to show the relationship of their heights and ages. To introduce the concept of correlation, there's nothing more memorable than being a part of the graph yourself. So human scatter graphs is a highly recommended next step. This resource provides pairs of variables, each relating to the pupils, and asks them to find their position in the room relative to a set of very large axes. Next is a sorting activity called correlation, which consolidates the understanding of different types of correlation. And that's a drag and drop exercise where you drag the statements into one of 3 boxes to show whether it's a strong positive correlation, no correlation at all, or a negative correlation. The basics are covered by plotting scattergraphs, which ensures that the pupils practice the manual point plotting skills before they learn to leave the hard work to the calculator when answering the exam-style questions. So there isn't a topic called correlation on the topic page, but there is one called graphs, and if you click on that, you'll see in the right column the links to the activities that I'm talking about. Now, spatial awareness skills are a funny old phenomenon. Some children find activities so easy while others struggle, and it's not always the best mathematicians that do well. To provide practice, there are a number of different ways you can approach this. Try net or not and plans and elevations. There is no substitute for making models and setting up situations in the classroom to really get to the bottom of this topic, though. But these activities substitute for a lack of a tangible experience. The most popular online exercises, if the number of trophies earned is the defining criteria, are the basic arithmetic quizzes. A new basic exercise called POW10 has been added, which has a number of levels containing 12 questions each, requiring an understanding of the easy methods for multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. So if that would be useful to you, it's called POW10. And again, you'll find that in the arithmetic topic. Thanks to everyone who have ever given a starter a score by clicking on one of the buttons lower down the starter page. If you click on the stars on a starter page, you can actually see a bar chart showing the distribution of the votes that people have given that starter. Currently, the most popular starter is how many triangles? And the least popular starter is chin-ups. I have no idea why, but it's scored very poorly indeed. Anyway.
You can find Transum Mathematics at www.transum.org.
Finally, the answer to the puzzle posed at the beginning of this podcast. Consider the following equally likely scenarios for the outcome of the next two tosses. The next two tosses could be heads-heads, heads-tails, tails-heads, or tails-tails. And 3 of those 4 possibilities would make Pascal the winner. So the prize should be shared in the ratio 3-1, meaning that Pascal should receive £9 and Fermat should receive £3. It's a surprising answer if your intuition went for the £8 and the £4. Not many people get the right answer first time anyway. And that puzzle is just one of the advanced starters designed for older students, and you can link to that from the there's a little link at the bottom of the topics page called Advanced Starters. Okay, that's all for this hot month.
Thank you for downloading and listening to the Transum podcast. You can find the website at www.transum.org, where you're welcome to use all of the activities absolutely free, or jump in with both feet and become a Transum subscriber.